Hi guys, hi guys. Guess what? Wait, let me fix this really fast, okay? I'm gonna turn it this way because the tripod light and the chandelier is over the, but it's most comfortable here, and I'm not gonna go in my office and do it. Listen, I was gonna do an upload on the cruise ship that is for adults only, quote unquote. But I need to think about that because I'm not trying to. I wanted to bring awareness to it, guys, for you. But let me think on it and I'll change the time and I'll see if I'll upload it because my page really is strictly alkaline. And the adult with the cruise ships, because I'm into cruise ships and I have uploaded cruise ships before, but this is the sensitive topic. And when I go into hit play, it says it's verifying my age to make sure that I'm not under 18. So I was like, uh-oh, that's a big red flag. So I just wanted to give you guys this. But let's see what's going on with the 12 worst grocery stores you should never buy chicken from. Because this is something everybody kind of eats. Some people don't eat chicken. I have a family member that doesn't eat chicken. Pardon me, guys. But anyways, I was getting sleepy, so I'm going to get this started. I'm not going to chitter chatter. So let's see what they're talking about with this, okay? Are you guys ready? If you're late for class, please do not disturb class. Come in at a later time. And whenever you do, please do subscribe. Guys, you know I'm just kidding with you on that, okay? But let's get started. All in Eckline Lifestyle, please do subscribe as you come in. On the best chicken in the store, and the chicken that does not carry them has a secret. Those two words are AR chilled, and the package that does not say them was very likely dunked, along with thousands of other birds, into a shared tank. Okay, here we go, guys. Chlorinated water, where it swapped breathe in and out with every carcass in the bath and soaked up water that you then paid for by the pound at the register. That is the difference almost nobody at the meat case understands. And it is the line between a store you can trust with chicken and a store you cannot. Because most American chicken is chilled the cheap way in a communal water bath. Oh, and it comes out heavier, disgusting, wetter, and mingled with whatever the other birds in the tank brought with them. The better way AIR chilling never puts your bird in a shared bath at all, cooling it with cold air instead, so it leaves the plant cleaner and drier and honest about its weight. Here is the one thing to carry with you because it decides everything on this list. Water-chilled chicken, the standard cheap kind, actually gains weight in that bath, soaking up water it then carries all the way to the shelf and into your pan. Air-chilled chicken, the good kind, loses a little water instead, so what you pay for is meat, not liquid. One of them is a bird that sat in a crowded shared tank with thousands of others. The other never did. That single difference, water bath versus cold air, runs quietly through every store we are about to name. And once you can see it, you cannot unsee it. It is printed right there on the good packages and conspicuously missing from the bad ones. So we are going to count down the 12 worst grocery stores to buy chicken from bad to absolute worst. Then flip to the 4 stores that actually do it right, ending with the one that flatly refuses to sell you water pretending to be meat. And once you have the stores, I will show you exactly why supermarket chicken is riskier than you think. In ways the labels work hard to soften and give you 5 simple rules to protect your family anywhere you shop. There's a very good chance your regular store is on the wrong list. Let us find out, starting near the bottom and working our way down to the worst of all. Quick word before we begin. For the first time, the Hidden Menu and the Hidden Pantry have collaborated on something just for our viewers. The Hidden Guide. Over 200 pages of brand verdicts, restaurant ratings, and the better alternative
recommend everything we've learned across both channels in one place. You'll find it at thehiddenguide.com. Now let's get into today's video. 12. Target. We start in the shallow end, at a store almost nobody thinks of as a place to buy chicken. And for good reason. For most of the country, the Target grocery aisle is an afterthought bolted onto a department store. And the poultry case shows it. What you find is sealed, case-ready chicken, very often previously frozen, with no meat department behind it and no one to ask. No butcher, no fresh cutting, no expertise in the building about that bird.
Now, I've never been to a market where you didn't have a butcher or someone you can ask. Okay, let's continue.
It is convenient if you are already there for shampoo and a phone charger, and that convenience is the whole pitch. Nobody is minding that chicken the way a real grocer would. And because you wandered in for everything except poultry, your guard is all the way down when you drop a tray in the cart beside the towels. A raw bird deserves more than the half glance you gave the paper products, because unlike the towels, this one can make your family sick if it is mishandled. And there is not a single person in that aisle who knows the first thing about where it has been, how it was chilled, or what was added to it before it was sealed under that bright film. Number 11, Dollar General. Next, the store that is quietly becoming the only grocery for miles across huge stretches of small-town America, which is exactly why it belongs here.
That is so ridiculous. Let's continue.
The chicken flex that bare bones roll completely. You are looking at frozen bags and boxes, breaded patties and nuggets, and the occasional frozen tender, no fresh case, no butcher, no whole birds, just the most basic processed poultry beside the canned soup. For a family in a genuine food desert with no other option within a long drive, this has become the everyday reality, which is all the more reason to name precisely what it is. It is the bare minimum the supply chain can deliver, sold cheap, with none of the freshness or oversight a real meat counter would place between you and that bird. If it is your only choice, lean hard on the 5 rules coming up. Buy the least processed thing on the shelf. Keep it frozen.
Hi, Jenny. Hi, everyone in the chat. Please do subscribe. Let's continue.
Until you cook it, and never judge a bag of it by the cheerful picture on the front, because here the package is the only story you are told, and it is the least honest narrator in the building. And Trader Joe's. Now, one that is going to sting because the store is genuinely beloved, and we are judging one thing only: chicken. On that one thing, Trader Joe's has a real weakness. There is no butcher counter anywhere in any location. No one breaking down birds, no one to ask, no whole chicken you can cut fresh. Every package is sealed, case-ready, processed and chilled far away and trucked into a cold shelf, and much of the standard line is the ordinary water-chilled commodity kind.
This is so not cool, guys. This is diabolical. Let's continue.
You are buying on pure faith, with nothing to read but a barcode. Love it for the frozen aisle and 100 other things it does brilliantly. For fresh chicken, it simply cannot offer what a store with a real meat department can. And the cheerful packaging quietly counts on you never noticing the gap. It is not that the bird is uniquely bad here. It is that there is no path to anything better, no counter, no butcher, no question you can ask. So you are...
That's the sound of an American oil company hard at work.
Guys, what do you think about this thus far?
Hello.
Because we all eat chicken,
into
this is crazy. But let's continue before I give my commentation.
Sealed commodity tray, whether you wanted it or not. Number 9, Giant Eagle. Here is the first of the full-size supermarkets, and it earns its place by looking better than it is. Giant Eagle is a big familiar name across the Midwest with a proper-looking meat case, which is exactly what lulls you. But a great deal of what fills that case is store-brand, water-chilled chicken.
We don't have this
the
in
cheap
Florida,
Camino
guys. I never
Bathway,
heard of this
and in the
before.
value packs, injected with a solution to hold water weight. A handsome meat department out front does not mean the bird was handled with any more care than the discount tray 2 aisles over. It usually just means the same commodity poultry arrived in nicer packaging under an older, more trusted logo. The comfort of a name your family has shopped for decades is doing quiet work here, keeping you from turning the pack over to read the added solution line that would tell you what you are actually buying. Trust the process behind the bird, not the shine on the case. The polished front of a legacy supermarket is one of the most effective disguises in the whole grocery world, because it borrows the look of the old neighborhood butcher shop while running the same distant water-chilling, solution-injecting supply chain as the discounters. The building says craft. The label, if you read it, says commodity. Number 8, BJ's Wholesale Club. Now the warehouse problem. The whole appeal of a club store is buying big, and with chicken, that means the giant family packs and the multi-pound trays that are almost always the standard water-chilled commodity bird, frequently injected with a saltwater solution.
Take note to what they're saying right here, guys. I'm gonna leave it here for a sec. Let's see if we can find it here. The water, okay, saturated fat 15%. Wow. Cholesterol 80. Okay, let's continue. I just want you guys to weigh in on this for a sec.
Solution on top of it. 2 things stack against you at once. You are paying for that added water across every single pound of a very large package, so the plumping tax is multiplied by the size. And you are bringing home far more raw poultry than one meal needs, which means more thawing, more handling, more chances to spread bacteria around your chicken before it ever gets cooked. Bulk feels thrifty, and for paper goods it truly is. For chicken, it often means buying a great deal of salt water at once and juggling a great deal of raw bird. So if you are going to do it, split and freeze the moment you get home. And read that solution line before it ever
Exactly,
reaches the
guys.
register.
This
Do
is
the
the correct way to
arithmetic
store
once, because
it.
it is sobering. If a 15% solution is hiding in a 5-pound pack, that is the better part of a pound of brine you are carrying home at full chicken price, again and again, every single restock. Number 7, Food Lion, a discount banner built around the lowest possible shelf price. And with chicken, the low price has to come from somewhere. It usually comes from the cheapest water-chilled, enhanced store-brand birds plumped with a saltwater solution so that a real share of what you carry home is
my
liquid,
goodness.
not meat. There is nothing exotic about the failing. It is a chain competing as hard as it can on price. In regions where price wins, and chicken is one of the easiest places to quietly add water and a shave cost. The shopper sees a great number on the label and never learns that part of that cheap pound is brine. They will watch pour into the pan the instant the heat hits it. You reach for the cheapest tray feeling careful with money, and you carry home a pound that is part salt water, then watch a third of your bargain steam away and weep out of the pan, which is the most expensive kind of cheap there is. Before we climb into the true bottom of this list, hold the core pictures.
Guys, in my city and state here in Florida, we have one Food Lion, and it's not on my side of town. It's over in Orange Park, and I went to it, guys. It was disgusting. It's called Food Lion, and I don't know. I just don't buy food. I have OCD, so I'm not gonna purchase food out of a market or a grocery store that's not up to standard. Okay, let's continue.
You're steady for a moment, because it is easy to lose in a run of store names. Every place we have hit so far fails on the same 2 things. The bird was cooled in a shared water bath, swapping germs and soaking up weight, and then, very often, injected with the salt water solution on top of that. So you pay twice for water you never wanted. No butcher, no air chilling, no answers, just a sealed tray of heavy, salted, anonymous poultry wearing a friendly price. The names change as we go. The model underneath does not. Keep that fixed, and the rest of this countdown reads itself. Number 6, Meijer, a Midwestern supercenter giant and a clean example of scale swallowing care. Meijer moves an enormous volume of chicken, and the great bulk of it is commodity, water-chilled store brand poultry, much of it enhanced with solution, processed at central plants, and set out in a long case with little to no real butchery behind it. This is the supercenter model applied to a living animal, chicken treated as one more pallet to push through the building at the lowest possible cost, stocked somewhere between the electronics and the garden mulch. The store is enormous and the selection looks huge, which reads as choice, but on fresh chicken, the choice is mostly between different sizes of the same water-heavy commodity tray. Volume is the entire business, and volume is exactly what turns a bird into an anonymous unit that nobody in the building ever really looked at. The bigger the store, the longer the supply chain behind each tray, and the less anyone standing in it can tell you about the animal inside the plastic. A cavernous store with everything under one roof is wonderfully convenient, but convenience and traceability tend to pull in opposite directions. And on chicken, it is traceability you actually want. Number 5, Stop and Shop. A Northeast staple under one of the big grocery conglomerates and a textbook case of the sealed, case-ready model. Nearly all of the chicken is processed off-site, water-chilled, shipped in, and set out under familiar packaging, much of it enhanced with an injected solution the label is legally required to admit if you bother to look. The name is old and comfortable, the kind your family has trusted for 2 generations. And that comfort is precisely what stops you from turning the package over to read the solution line. A trusted name on the sign is not the same as a trusted process behind the bird. And here the process is the same cheap communal bath as everyone else at this tier, only dressed in heritage. Familiar logo out front, plain commodity bird inside, and a whole lot of shoppers who never once suspect the difference. That is the quiet power of a heritage name in the grocery business. It does the reassuring for you, so you stop checking, which is precisely
And
when
especially,
added
guys, when it
solution
comes to
line slides
chicken.
past
Oh, one
unread.
moment.
Number
Especially when it comes to chicken, guys, it's tedious and it has salmonella. It's crazy. So just please pay attention because I don't want you guys eating infected, poisonous chicken or anything else. Let's continue.
4, Albertsons and Safeway, now a giant that runs dozens of familiar regional banners under one roof. And the trap here is subtler and more frustrating than anything above it. These stores very often do have a meat case that looks like a real butcher counter, which fools you on sight. But a great deal of what actually sits in that handsome case is still case-ready store-brand chicken, enhanced with solution processed at a distant plant and merely set out.
Is it stored in a box in a warehouse, guys? Is that what I just saw? That is mad crazy. Let's continue.
By the staff to look fresh cut that morning. The appearance of a butcher shop without the substance of one is arguably worse than honest bare shelves, because it earns a trust it has not done the work to deserve.
Wow.
You think a craftsman prepared your dinner. In truth, a truck delivered it, water weight and all. The single question that cuts through the whole display.
He keeps saying water weight, guys. I'm trying to understand this, but it's salt water weight. So that means that if you intake higher salt intake, literally, that could cause you perhaps to have high blood pressure or inflammation. This is crazy. Let's continue.
Display is simple. Was any of this handled here, or did it arrive sealed? And at a lot of these big banner stores, the honest answer is the second one.
Look, guys.
However much the arrangement wants you to assume the first.
It's
3,
like all stock.
Aldi has earned a devoted following for its prices, and fair enough, it saves families real money every week.
Aldi's on the list, guys. I've never shopped at an Aldi's before.
There is no butcher counter by design, central to keeping costs down.
Oh, no.
Every package is case ready, water chilled, processed elsewhere.
He said it again, water chilled.
And and much of the standard line is enhanced with an added solution to hold that heavy, wet look across a lean supply chain. You cannot ask for anything cut fresh. You cannot see a whole bird handled. You cannot speak to a soul about what was pumped into it. The savings are genuine, and for a great many households, the reason Aldi is a lifeline, so this is no scolding. It is simply the honest note that on chicken, the deep discount often includes a quiet discount on how much of the package is actually meat. And the only defense is to flip the tray and read the solution line yourself.
Guys, you have to remember what he just said. Next time you go grocery shopping, flip the package over and just read it, because this is not like healthy as far as I'm concerned. Let's continue.
Because no one in the store will read it for you, and no butcher will ever step out to tell you what really went into that bird. Number 2, Walmart, the largest grocer of them all and the purest expression of the commodity bird. Walmart sells more chicken than nearly
Sorry, in all honesty, I knew Walmart would be on the list. Let's continue.
anyone in America, almost entirely as commodity, water-chilled, case-ready poultry, much of it enhanced with solution, processed at central plants, shipped nationwide, and stocked with no on-site butcher at the great majority of its stores. It is every shortcut this
No, that's not true. Walmart have butchers or someone in the meat department. Let's continue.
list has named, gathered into one place at the largest possible scale. The communal chilling bath, the added water you pay for, the store brand anonymity, and the rock bottom price that can only be reached by selling you liquid and salt along with the meat. None of it is illegal, and almost none of it is unusual in the modern grocery business, which is the whole unsettling point. It is simply the biggest, most anonymous version of the water-heavy commodity bird there is, sold to more families in more.
Well, if you guys are saying don't eat it, don't buy it, then how is it not illegal? I'm just asking the question. If anybody knows and can answer it, please let me know. Hi, Eric. Hi. Thanks for joining. Please do subscribe. Guys, did you hear what they just said? It's not illegal, but let's continue.
More towns than any other
This
source
is weird.
in the country. Only one thing keeps it off the very bottom, and that is a chain that pairs this exact same commodity model with even more of a specific chicken-shaped risk. On reach alone, Walmart would be the easy pick for worst, and plenty of lists would stop here. But worst for chicken.
Reason being because Walmart is the second next to our federal government largest corporation in the world. This is why. Let's continue.
It's not only about how much is sold, it is about how the particular dangers of poultry get multiplied. And there is one name that manages to
And look
do
how
that
fat
on
that
the
is. I
same
don't like
scale.
big chicken. If it's big, I don't eat
Number
it.
1, Kroger. And the single worst place to buy chicken is one of the very largest grocers in the country.
Oh my
The
goodness. That's
commodity
it. I
model
know they have that in
collides head-on
Georgia.
with the one fact
We
that
don't
should be
have it
ringing
here
in
in
your
Florida.
ears by now. Selling raw chicken that carries salmonella is completely legal, and Consumer
What?
Reports has found a large number of poultry plants running high
No.
contamination levels. Now put that together with an operation this size, sourcing store-brand water-chilled birds by the trainload and distributing them nationwide under a single house label. When something does go wrong in a supply pool that vast, it does not go wrong quietly in one kitchen. It goes wrong across a whole region at once, in countless homes.
Hey guys, can I share something with you really fast? True story. My niece, her name is Fantasy. It's not spelled like Fantsy. It's spelled Fantasea. Guess what? She has 21 chickens, guys. My mom just told me she has 21 chickens, 3 rabbits, and 2 turtles. She always wanted to be a veterinarian, but you know what? I'm gonna have to get with my niece and see if I can get fresh chicken from her because her chickens just had babies, like chicken bitties. I think that's what you call them. But true story. I don't know, but her mom is having a fit over it. But they have a lot of land, so and her mom doesn't have to pay property taxes. I don't know if you know this or not. But if you have any animal on your land or your property that you own, there's no property tax. It will be considered a farm. Let's continue.
Homes that all bought the same anonymous, plumped, communally chilled bird from the same enormous system. The added water, the shared bath, the legally permitted salmonella, the house brand anonymity, and the sheer nationwide
Oh, guys, I haven't seen Publix on the list. That's what I'm waiting for. They need to hurry because I'm gonna have to speed this up.
reach. All land in one place right here.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I'm sorry, I'm just sleepy. You're right. Eric says, guys, in the chat, chicken babies are called chicks. I'm so sorry. I've had a long day today, literally. Let's continue.
Here, which is why for
Thank
chicken
you.
specifically, this is the bottom of the list. The bigger and cheaper the supply, the wider the blast radius when a bad batch slips through. And nobody distributes more house brand raw
Whoa,
chicken.
look at
than
all
more
that chicken,
Americans.
guys.
That is not a
Jeez.
knock on one company's ethics so much as a warning about scale itself. When the same anonymous water-chilled plumped bird flows out of one giant system into millions of kitchens, the ordinary...
Oh, guys, you want to hear something? Thank you, Eric. Um, hey, you guys, let me tell you something really fast. Years ago, when I worked, not too long ago, but 10 years ago, when I worked at Bank of America, I seen an image. Was one of my coworkers sent it to me, but it was a chicken. The chicken had two wings on each side and two legs in the back. This is why I just went to KFC the other day and I got a chicken pot pie, but I had not eaten at KFC for that amount of years when I seen that chicken like that, guys. True story. So, hey, I don't know, but let's continue.
risks of commodity chicken stop being personal and start being national. Bigness is the multiplier. And here it is multiplying the exact thing.
Oh, guys, and the chicken that I seen, it had no head and no feathers. Okay, so that's enough to make me not want to eat chicken, okay, from KFC. And the reason why I call it KFC, have you guys ever thought about it? It used to be called Kentucky Fried Chicken, right? They can't use the word chicken because, as we're seeing here, it's not really chicken. You get it? This is why it's titled KFC now. Think about it. It's called critical thinking. Let's continue.
Thing you least want multiplied. So that is the 12. And if your regular store is sitting somewhere on it, please do not panic because the 4 coming up next prove it can be done right. And the rules at the end protect you no matter where you shop. The store is only half the equation. And the other half, what you do standing in front of that case and standing at your own stove, is entirely in your hands. Before we get to those 4 good stores, take 1 second and hit that subscribe button, because we dig into the hidden truth behind the everyday food you buy every single week. The things hiding in plain sight on labels you have read 1,000 times. And the next thing we pull apart might be sitting in your cart this very afternoon. Then stay right with me, because next come the 4 stores that actually do it right, and the number 1 flatly
And this is true, Eric. And I do know in Kentucky, which they said that's sort of the best chicken. Everybody I talked to that has been through Kentucky and eaten at that Kentucky Fried Chicken, because it's still titled Kentucky Fried Chicken, but that's the only place that has Kentucky Fried Chicken. The rest of the restaurants are KFC. Now, abroad, I'm not sure how they title theirs, but you're right. Let's continue.
refuses to sell you water pretending to be meat. Now the 4 stores that actually do it right. Enough of the warnings. These 4 prove it can absolutely be done well, that a grocery chain can choose to put real care and real cost into the meat case instead of quietly adding water and hoping you never notice.
Okay, guys. Eric has told us that it's KFC overseas too. So only Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, has Kentucky Fried Chicken. Let's continue.
They climb toward the one store that erases every trick this video has named. Watch what lifts each of them onto the good list, because it is always the exact thing the bad 12 were missing. A real bird, a real person, real standards, real answers. And notice that only one of the four is what anyone would call expensive, which means eating honest chicken is far more within reach than the bad list wants you to believe. Number 4, Costco. A surprise to some because Costco sells those same big packs we warned about. So why is it on the good list? Because of what stands behind the package. Costco has built one of the most rigorous testing programs in the entire meat business, checking aggressively for exactly the bacteria that make chicken risky, at a level and frequency most sellers do not come close
Well,
to matching.
kudos to Costco's.
And it
We
has
have a
been willing
Costco's
to
here.
hold product back rather than sell through a doubt. It also offers organic and air-chilled options for shoppers who look for them, alongside its famous everyday value. So the better bird is there if you reach for it.
Okay,
You still want
guys,
to read
take
labels,
note.
portion and freeze those big packs sensibly, and cook everything to temperature because volume is still volume. And a warehouse pack is still a lot of raw poultry to handle at once. But pound for pound, the controls and the testing standing behind Costco's chicken are stronger than almost any other high volume seller in the country. And that quiet,
Wow.
expensive diligence happening where no shopper ever sees it is worth real trust. When a company that big decides to test that hard, it is spending money on your safety that it could easily have kept, and that choice shows up in the reliability of what ends up in your cart. Number 3.
And guys, Costco's is no different than like a Sam's or a BJ's, but Costco does have better products. That is for sure. And I'm saying price range. They're all kind of like the same. So if you have a Costco's in your city or state, or if you're abroad, just get your Costco pass and do it that way. This is one of my favorite stores right here. Let's continue.
Number 3. Publix. Here is what a real meat department looks like. At Publix, you will typically find actual butchers in the store.
Guys, this is where I get my lamb chops from. I have it all over my YouTube page because I eat lamb chops a lot. And I do ask for the butcher to slice it in the back because I like a certain size in inches. Okay, let's continue.
A genuine service counter and staff who will cut and prepare chicken to your order rather than just stocking sealed trays from a plant 1,000 miles away. You can talk to a person, ask for exactly the cut you want, ask what came in fresh today, and get a straight answer about the bird. That alone vaults it past
He
every
keeps saying the
anonymous
bird.
case-ready operation on the worst list.
He
A
said it
chain
like
that keeps
20 times.
skilled butchers on the floor in every store has chosen the harder and costlier path on purpose in wages and training and time. And your chicken is the direct.
I love their
beneficiary
deli
of
too,
that
guys.
choice.
Boar's
You
Head
can
honey
stand at a
turkey.
counter and watch a person. You could name
And
handle
American
your
Irish
you have already
cheese.
left most of this list far behind because you have traded a sealed mystery for an actual conversation. Number 2, the Fresh Market.
That's
The
my
Fresh Market is the
second.
boutique of this list. And for chicken, it earns the spot on genuine craft.
It earns a spot
Every
for
single store
everything.
keeps expert butchers on the floor at all times, and the meat is hand cut and trimmed to order.
They're kind of expensive, guys, but I kind of sort of get a discount due to a family member, so it works for me. But they have like some of the best meat in the fresh markets. But you know, it's affordable. You just have to pick that perfect time to go. And I always said do it on a do your grocery shopping on a Thursday. You know why? Because nobody really shops a lot in mass shopping Monday through Wednesday. Thursday is the middle of the week before the weekend, so they're going to start putting the food out for the weekend. So Thursdays you can catch really great deals. And I'm telling you, I've been doing this for years, shopping on Thursdays, and I get the best prices and the best quality foods. Let's continue.
Order rather than pulled, sealed off a truck, and set in a case to look fresh. The birds themselves are held to real standards, raised antibiotic-free on a vegetarian diet, and
This is what you
certified
want to
to
look
animal
for
welfare programs that
right
actually
here.
carry weight.
Antibiotic free.
Nothing like the empty flags waved on the bad list. So you get both halves of the answer at once. A better raised bird to begin with, and a skilled human hand to prepare it and answer for it.
Yay!
That combination, a decent bird plus a working butcher
And
counter,
guys,
is exactly what
oh,
nearly...
I wanted to show you guys. Let me see if I can get back to it. 1 second, guys. Let me show you what color the chicken, if for those of you that, because sometimes if you just eye it, I'm trying to get back. Okay, let's see. One moment, guys. I want you guys to see the color. Okay, here it is. Oh, let's see.
actually paying for is a real butcher and a bird with a known decent
I think I
life
went too
behind
far.
it, which
Let's see.
is the precise opposite of the anonymous water-heavy
But it doesn't
commodity
look
trade
like
you
this. I
started
want to
this
show you.
video
It's not
learning
going to
to
look like
avoid.
this. It's going to be a darker beige. That is a real chicken, guys, like with no insertives of antibiotics or anything like that. It's not going to be lighter. It will be, the real chicken is darker. I'll just say that to simplify it. Let's continue.
Number 1, Sprouts Farmers Market.
Yay!
And the best,
I
the
love
one store that answers the
Yay! I
exact
got 1, 2,
question this whole
3,
video asked
4 off
is
the list,
Sprouts
guys,
Farmers
so
Market.
I'm good.
And the reason it takes the top spot is
I didn't shop at the
beautifully
12
simple.
worst ones.
Sprouts carries AIR
I
chilled
love
organic chicken in
Sprouts.
every one of its stores as a standard, not a rare
Prices
specialty
too,
you have
guys.
to hunt for. Remember the entire spine of this video? Air chilled means the bird never sat in a communal water tank, never soaked up water you pay for at the register, never swapped germs with thousands of other
Oh
carcasses in a
my
shared
goodness, I
bath.
can't look at
Sprouts
that.
made that the
Ugh.
default, and then put a real butcher counter behind it, staffed by people who will cut to order and answer for the bird with sourcing standards that rule out the plumping and the routine antibiotics. And here is the twist that earns it
Look
number
how-
1 instead of just very good. It is not the priciest store on this list. It thinks of itself as a farmer's market, and price is far closer
There
to
you
a
go,
regular
guys.
grocery
Farmers
than
market.
to
If you have a
luxury
farmers market
one.
in your area, I love a farmers market. This is why I have so much, because the farmers market offer a lot of things, guys. Certain things you have to get out of Publix or out of the Whole Food store, but I am really strictly a farmers market chick, and then Publix, and then Sprouts, of course, and let's continue.
So the single best answer to a video about water-chilled, solution-plumped, anonymous chicken turns out to be an affordable store that simply refuses to sell you any of it. The bird that began this journey as a commodity from a crowded tank becomes here exactly what you always thought you were buying. Clean, air-chilled, honest meat at a price a normal family can actually reach. That is what doing it right looks like, and it does not require a fortune.
That's right.
That is the whole map. 12 stores where the chicken is a water-chilled, solution-plumped, anonymous commodity.
They always save the best for last time, guys. So we had to get all the way there to get to the best. So now that you guys see, and remember this look right here. This is, you want to look for the beigey look, not like the high in color texture, the lighting of the color of the chicken. You want the beigey look, okay? And I hope this guys helped you, and I do thank you guys for joining me. And guys, please do subscribe and stay tuned for more updates, okay? All in Economic Lifestyle. Rest well. Thank you.